if I started that business on my own, I cannot afford Ratan Tata to work for me. You know, he would just not agree. But when I'm buying shares in Tata Motors, Ratan Tata is working for me free of cost. So stock market,
This sounds so magical, honestly, right now.
exactly. So stock market,
लाइक ये आपकी बात सुनकर मैं जाके रिलायंस का स्टॉक खरीदूंगा जस्ट फॉर दिस थ्रिल.
right?
करेक्ट. मतलब मैं जाके बोल सकता हूँ भाई मैंने अपने 2,500 रुपए दिए हैं मुकेश को लगाने के लिए.
Exactly.
मुकेश मांग रहा था दे दे. Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Offhand with Zen and Vishnu. I just want to do that because इतना वो आइकॉनिक हो गया ना. लाइक आई वांट टू जस्ट डू इट. मैंने मैन की बात में पहले एपिसोड में करा था तो काफी चल गया था. मैंने कहा चलो पॉडकास्ट भी चल जाएगा.
नहीं प्लस ऑल्सो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू नॉट स्टार्ट लाइक दैट.
But your trademark another episode वो वाला
हाँ.
that is अब गाना सा बन गया है वो सारी. अब तो I think it was a thing in Mendix as well.
Anyway, Pranjal, how do you start your videos? What is your high, guys?
So I can so relate to that when he was saying, sometimes if you just stray away or you forget about your trademark starting, I think instantly comments crop up that अरे आज वो क्यों नहीं किया, आज भूल गए आप. So मेरा कोई बहुत ज़्यादा अलग सा नहीं है. It's नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं हूँ प्रांजल और आप देख रहे हैं फिनोलॉजी. So that is how I start.
ओ बल्ले ये तो अच्छा है. ये अच्छा है यार. ये अच्छा है. मतलब डंके की चोट पर. But Pranjal, how are you? How is everything going with you? How is your YouTube universe treating you? Like how are things there?
So good and bad, good because obviously finance sector में a lot of people are now consuming financial investing content. So content wise, growth wise, it's been good for all influencers and content creators in the finance domain. That way it's good, but I'm worried about the long term trend because I have seen that in the last year, people think that the market just goes one way. So a lot of people are entering with very wrong expectations, thinking that market just goes one way and they know how to do it and they can earn 5%, 3% monthly returns. So in the last 1 year, especially the beginners who have never tried it before, who have not seen a downtrend, a downfall, are entering in huge numbers and entering with wrong expectations. So I'm really worried what will happen when the market corrects.
But Pranjal, why do you think that is? Like I've seen personally a massive shift in the number of people talking about investment, long-term investment, short-term investment, these small cases and Zerodha like popping up out of nowhere into the youth, like 18, 19, 20-year-olds like talking about it. When did that happen?
Right. So, we have all started ordering food at home since Zomato and Swiggy became mainstream. Similarly, about 3-4 years ago, investing was basically offline. There were a lot of KYC procedures, documentations, fund transfer that used to happen majorly offline, specifically in case of mutual funds, gold and things like that. Stocks, yes, apart from account opening that was offline, everything was still online. But all other asset classes, it involved a lot of paperwork and offline, online, hybrid kind of a system. So it's really been in the last 3 years that everything has truly become online and easy. Apart from that, with everything becoming online, this is a universal truth that when an industry goes online, costs involved for the customer drops drastically. So, I remember in 2013, I opened my Demat account by paying 6,000 rupees of Demat account charges just for opening my account. And I had a total capital of 25,000, out of which 5,500 went for the account opening. Today, account opening is basically free for most brokers and for others it's 200, 300 or maximum 500. So 90% reduction in account opening charges. Brokerage, I think I paid brokerage close to 0.5 to 0.6%. Brokerage for long-term delivery now is almost gone. It's absolutely free. So I think cost structure has helped a lot. Also, a lot of brokerages used to charge a minimum brokerage. So regardless of what you do, whether you buy stocks worth 100 rupees or 200 rupees or 2000 rupees, it's either 0.5% or it's minimum 25 rupees. So think someone like me who has a total budget of 20,000, I would buy stocks for 500, 700 rupees. And on that, my minimum brokerage is 25 rupees plus taxes. So for beginners, most college students who are starting, it just did not make any sense. Apart from that, so I started YouTube in 2017 when just Jio had gone mainstream, and suddenly, because before that, I remember I would only watch maybe movie trailers or some popular songs, and you always had to think about mobile data before switching on YouTube. And so financial literacy was also not accessible. Not a lot of people read books, but a lot of people consume video content, which again has become mainstream in the last 4 years. So these are combination of reasons why it has suddenly gone up.
अरे क्या कॉइन स्विच कुबेर करके एक ऐप है, बहुत ही गंदा
हाँ,
ऐड
पता है मुझे, ऐड नहीं देखा
हाँ
मैंने.
बहुत ही गंदा ऐड है.
No comments.
Anyway, but
From
I
my
quite agree with you, Pranjal, on these aspects because और I think वो थोड़ी सी लिटरेसी भी somehow बढ़ी है कहीं ना कहीं कि even younger people who are our age have suddenly started realizing कि भाई मैं ये कर सकता हूँ. But do you think, again, I don't know about it, but do you think it is because of making quick money or the idea of making quick money, or is it just genuinely investing your finances somewhere?
Here, I want to, Pranjal, I want to tag another question to this question because I think it makes a lot of sense. The idea of making quick money was always there. The taboo of shares and stock market being a gambling area, right? It's basically gambling. Like that's what our parents said कि इसमें तो पैसा लगाना मतलब तुक्के का काम होता है. That's basically intraday, but that's what the normal notion of stock and this thing was. Like, how do you think that has changed right now? Number one, and to Zain's question, like, do you think is that why people are doing it? Like people my age and young people, because a lot of younger people are doing it. And I want to get your thoughts also on the fact that why are so many younger people and how are they doing it?
Right.
Like how is that sudden shift happen?
Right.
And why
So,
can't we do it?
And why can't Zen do it? Zen ने चाहिए, Zen को ना था कि मेरे को फाइनेंस वाला बंदा बुलाना है क्योंकि मेरे को इन्वेस्टमेंट शुरू करनी है.
Right. So, I think this is a cycle, and this cycle keeps repeating after every 25 years because, every generation, they have to try it on their own to figure it out what it is. And, till the 20th century, in the 90s, the market was a lot less regulated. It was controlled by cartels, lot less transparency. Obviously, everything was offline, so it's difficult to create transparency. And yes, a lot of malpractices existed. We can debate whether it's structurally a casino or not. But apart from that, even if it was a casino, it was a very unfair one at that. So, even if people believe it's a casino, it was not even a fair casino. And thereby the taboo got attached that, some operators make money out of it. A retail investor cannot ever make money out of it because there were reasons to think. We saw the series on Harshad Mehta. There was this Ketan Parekh scam. So all of this gave a really bad name to it. But now, 20 years have passed, 25 years have passed. A completely new generation have become adults now and they want to try it on their own. So I think, and I think this keeps on repeating in every 20-25 years. I would not comment now what the current generation thinks because we are in a big bull run. I would like to see what the current generation will feel if a big crash comes and the market corrects 30-40% from here and stays there for a year. Then I think a lot of our generation people will also start thinking the same way. Because, ultimately not everyone can make money in the stock market. And I think people who don't make money in the stock market, they spread this negativity through word of mouth, and it's very natural. I mean, you tried, you think you have put all your efforts and you did not make money, and then that word of mouth sort of snowballs. So, bull run, no one will say it's a casino, it's a gambling den. Let's see what happens if the market will correct. I don't know when, but it could take a year, 2 years, 6 months, tomorrow, I don't know. But most probably it will correct. And I'm waiting for then that are we as Indians really matured as investors and accept that stock market is bound to be volatile, or it's just a temporary phase wherein everyone has made money in the last 18 months and everyone thinks that now stock market is the best way to make money. So I don't have a clear opinion on that.
करेक्ट. आई थिंक प्रांजल मेरे साथ भी यही है कि बिकॉज हमने वो कहानियाँ सुनी है कि यार मेरा एक जानने वाला था लॉकडाउन के समय, जब पहला लॉकडाउन हुआ लास्ट ईयर, मार्केट गिरी, उसने 50,000 रुपये लगा दिए, आज उसके इतने पैसे हो गए.
राइट.
सो आई कंप्लीटली एग्री विद यू हियर कि हम वी हियर बोथ द एक्सट्रीम्स. या तो हम ये सुनते हैं कि भाई वो 50,000 रुपये लगाए, उसके आज 1.5 लाख रुपए 2 लाख रुपए हो गए, या हम ये सुनते हैं कि भाई उसने 1.5 लाख रुपए लगाए तो उसको 80,000 रुपये भी नहीं मिले.
You know, so I just tweeted yesterday कि अगर कोई भी आपको बोल रहा है कि 2 to 3% guaranteed returns आपको monthly मिल सकते हैं stock market से, so can you earn 2-3% monthly from the stock market? Then most probably he's trying to missell you or telling you a lie or trying to brainwash you and things like that. And there were literally, you know, dozens of comments saying 2-3%. ये तो बहुत आसानी से हो जाता है monthly. I mean, I have been earning 4% a month, 5% a month. 2-3% is nothing. And you know, so basically we are talking about 2-3%. I'm talking about 30-35% returns per year. No one in the world has been able to do that over a long period of time. You could do it for a year or so, but over the long run, 10 years or so, no one has generated ever 35% returns. So it's virtually impossible in the long run. Yet the comment section yesterday, everyone was saying this is easily doable, you are too conservative. People say we can get 5% a week. Versus I was contrasting that to what happened a year ago. So you know, a year ago I made a video around that 20% is achievable. So don't go by what mutual funds tell you that max 15% is what you should aim for. 20-22% is also achievable. Comments section.
This is per year. This is per year.
Per year. Per year.
annum.
20-22% per year is what I told in my video a year ago. And I got comments saying even Warren Buffett has a CAGR of 20%. How can you say that we can make 20-22%? It's virtually impossible. We should be satisfied by 15-16%. So imagine the difference in mindset from then to here in just 1 year.
Pranjal, it's very interesting you talk about the market correcting itself, and to a vast majority of people wouldn't understand, including me, like what does that mean? Like how does market correct itself? Because right now we're seeing after the pandemic got lifted, like, and even actually within the pandemic, Reliance, for example, I think crashed to 800 and it rose back to 2400. Right, and then I have मैंने personal story सुनी है. मेरे दोस्त का एक teacher है, he invested like some 8 lakhs in those 800 जब था उनका stock, and got like I don't know what 24 lakh whatever this exorbitant amount, right? And now this is what you're talking about, like the bull market, like everything is going up, right? Like how does the market correct itself, and what does that mean really?
Right. Okay. So you know, I mean. How do we determine if the market is expensive or cheap? I think the core of the question is that, because you know everything, because you know if
it's correctly valued or not,
right,
you mean?
absolutely, because you know if so let's take a example of vegetables. You know, if onion prices, I think it happens every 2-3 years that onion prices rise and it leads to a fall of a government and things like that. So you know, if onion prices rise abnormally, why do they don't rise to the same level next year or the year after that? Say in 2020, if onion prices were 80 rupees a kg, it wouldn't happen in 2021-22. Maybe after 3-4 years, it will happen again. Why does that happen? Because all farmers see that in 2020, onion prices rose from 20 rupees to 80 rupees and farmers became rich, is what the farmer community sees. And next year, you find many more farmers actually, you know, growing onions. And so next year, you see that the supply is suddenly more. So next year, you will
And
see,
then though.
yeah. So, and if that happens for 2 years, suddenly in the third year, a lot of farmers again decide, oh no, we have tried onions for 2 years, it does not pay us, and let's switch to another crop. And then thereby in the third, fourth year again, a lot of producers are suddenly not growing onions and the prices go up again. So it's ultimately demand and supply. Basically, all prices move up because of demand and supply. Now, what has happened this year and why the stock market has rose so much globally? First was that, you know, FD yields are at an all-time low. We all, I think, our parents almost always crib that 5% mil raha hai, 4.5% mil raha hai. And you know, 7 years ago it was 10%. So, and these people, they plan their retirement according to FD yields, right? That okay, I have this much savings for my retirement, FD is 10%, if I get even 9%, my monthly, I can live my life from the monthly interest that I am getting. If that falls to half, it's a huge problem. because these people around 55, 60, they don't have cash flows coming in their future. All their earnings were in the past. And all they can now do is invest that and live off the interest income that they are getting. So a lot of money actually came out of FDs because that were not, lucrative enough. What happened with real estate? In the last 6-7 years, real estate has remained absolutely flat. No one has made any money in the real estate. It's just not growing. And also, you need a huge ticket size to be able to enter real estate.
Correct.
So real estate is gone. FD is gone. What happened with debt mutual funds and bonds? Last year, around the pandemic began, Franklin Mutual Fund crashed, and 6 of their schemes actually went. They were suspended because they had invested in certain instruments and those instruments were not paying and they had a liquidity crunch. So those schemes stopped. And a lot of corporates, they have
I'm sorry Pranjal, just to explain to the people who are watching, what is a debt mutual fund?
Right. Okay. So mutual funds are basically two kinds: equity and debt. So equity mutual funds are mutual funds that we all know that invest in stocks. Debt mutual funds are funds that invest in bonds of certain companies. So example, I need money to start a new factory. Now what can happen? Either I can issue shares to public and generate money, collect money from public. But if I collect money from public by issuing shares, what am I doing? I'm selling shares of my company to the public, which means I am owning less of my company after I have collected money. What if I don't want to dilute my shareholding? I want to be 100% owner of my company, but I need money to create that new factory. I can go to the bank and I can take money from the bank. Two problems here. What do banks basically do? They take FDs from us on which they pay 5% to us or 6% if it's a smaller bank. And when a company goes to take loans from the bank, they charge 11 to 12%. So basically, they have a spread of 6%. 6% is their margin through which they recover their cost and earn profits. Companies say, what if we remove this middleman? What if we remove the bank? You give money directly to us. So they say to public, don't deposit your money to banks, give it directly to us. If you deposit your money to banks, you get 6%. We'll give you 9%. You earn 3% more. And if we take loans from the bank, we get it at 12%, but we get money from you at 9%. So that 6% spread of the bank, we split 3% between each other.
3.
So companies go and issue bonds to people. So mutual funds that buy these bonds are basically debt mutual funds.
But Pranjal, how does the risk factor play here? Because I don't see a major risk factor here. मुझे तो बहुत ही straightforward सी conversation लग रही है मुझे.
Right. So I'm glad you asked that. So with FDs, I mean, banks are highly regulated. Up to an amount of up to 5 lakhs in a bank is also secured, is also insured by a government regulatory body. So if a bank fails and your FD is worth 5 lakh, up to 5 lakh rupees of your investment is insured. But if a company goes bankrupt, you don't get anything. And what is more probable? A random company that manufactures steel going bankrupt, or a bank that is regulated by the RBI going bankrupt? Naturally, a company going bankrupt is much more probable. So that is a risk. I mean, I see, and what happens is, with debt instruments, what the irony is that the riskier the company is, the higher percentage of returns it will offer to attract investors. So if a Godrej group issues bonds, they'll offer say 7%, saying SBI offers 5%, you want 2% more, invest with us, we are a safe company, at least you don't have risk of us going bankrupt. If someone like a DHFL issues bonds, it offers 15%, 14%. Because if Godrej is offering 7%, DHFL offers 8%, you won't give it to DHFL for 1% more. So they have to play on your greed. They have to offer you substantially more to actually be able to get your money. And the problem is, as common investors, we are instantly attracted to debt है ना, और the problem is debt instruments का दूसरा नाम है fixed income instruments. They are called fixed income instruments. तो नाम से ऐसा लगता है कि ये तो
बेहतर नाम है actually, more lucrative name.
हाँ, नाम से ऐसा लगता है fixed है. तो जब मैं देखता हूँ कि अच्छा गोदरेज 7 दे रहा है, DHFL 12 दे रहा है, चलो DHFL में जाते हैं, शेयर प्राइस थोड़ी है कि ऊपर नीचे होगा, इनकम तो फिक्स्ड है ना। तो आई थिंक बहुत सारे रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स बहुत बुरे बॉन्ड्स में फंस जाते हैं। म्यूचुअल फंड फंस गया, जो मैं फ्रैंकलिन की बात कर रहा था, वो भी इस लालच में आ गए और उन्होंने क्या किया, कुछ गलत बॉन्ड्स खरीद लिए, जिसके कारण उस स्कीम को बंद करना पड़ा। और क्या होता है ना, ये जो बॉन्ड्स होते हैं इनमें बहुत ज़्यादा कंपनीज का पैसा होता है। मतलब जैसे अगर मेरी फिनोलॉजी कंपनी है और मेरे पास कंपनी के जो सरप्लस फंड्स हैं, जो मेरी ट्रेजरी ऑपरेशंस हैं, ये मैं डेट म्यूचुअल फंड्स में लगाता हूँ। तो अगर कोई डेट म्यूचुअल फंड डूबता है ना, तो कंपनीज के करोड़ों करोड़ों रुपए डूबते हैं। रिटेल इन्वेस्टर तो ज़्यादा डेट म्यूचुअल फंड में पैसा लगाता नहीं। तो अगर कंपनीज एक साथ हजारों करोड़ रुपए लगा रहे निकाल रही हैं डेट फंड से, क्योंकि एक फंड डूब गया और एक फंड डूबता है तो 4 और डूबते हैं, ये स्नोबॉल इफेक्ट आने लगता है। बहुत ज़्यादा पैसा आया सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड सेक्टर का, क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हु वर द वर्स्ट अफेक्टेड, जिनकी कपड़ों की दुकान है, जिनकी ऐसी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स की दुकान है, जिनके पास कोई जॉब्स नहीं है कि वर्क फ्रॉम होम हो सके। मेरी एक दुकान है शहर के कपड़ा मार्केट में, मेरे लिए वर्क फ्रॉम होम इज इम्पॉसिबल। तो ये जो अपर मिडिल क्लास सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड पीपल है ना, इनके पास एक तो पैसा भी था, इनके पास 20-25 साल की उनकी अर्निंग भी है। ये जो 40 से 60 साल के लोग हैं, they were fairly well to do and they had absolutely nothing to do during lockdown। और ये लोग ऐसे लोग हैं, मैं बहुत सारे अपने लोगों को पर्सनली भी जानता हूँ कि ये लोग सुबह 10 बजे दुकान जाते थे और रात को 11 बजे तक दुकान में ही रहते थे, और जब से वो 20 साल के हुए हैं, वो पिछले 30 साल से रोज दुकान ही जा रहे हैं। And they have not sat at home for a day even when they were ill, and they were forced to sit for an year at their homes. They had money। तो जब ये लोग अपने बिजनेस का पैसा स्टॉक मार्केट में लगाते हैं ना, बहुत फर्क आता है, बहुत ज़्यादा फर्क आता है। क्योंकि ना कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स नंबर्स में तो ज़्यादा आ जाते हैं, लेकिन कॉलेज स्टूडेंट कितना पैसा लगा पाएगा?
टिकट साइज बहुत कम होता है। हाँ,
लेकिन जब ये लोग अपने बिजनेस का जो वर्किंग कैपिटल में जो पैसा लगता माल मंगाने में, वो पैसे को जब बिजनेस में लगाते हैं ना, तो ये लाखों में लगता है। और पूरे पूरे शहर का ये जो चेंबर ऑफ कॉमर्स होता है, ये लोग फ़ोन पे बात करते थे, मिलते थे सोसाइटीज़ में, और सब मिल के पैसा लगाते हुए मैंने देखा है इनको शेयर्स में। तो हर शहर का अगर चेंबर ऑफ कॉमर्स मिल के पैसा लगा रहा है, जो स्टॉक मार्केट ने कभी नहीं देखा है, तो बहुत बड़ी रैली तो आनी है।
तो एंड how do you think this affects in the long term? Like क्या होगा अब आगे, अब क्या, like how will the market correct itself? And what do you think is the right way to invest now for a 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old? What is the right way in a market which says कि वो अपने आप को करेक्ट करेगी? So what is the right way to go about it?
Right, तो ये सेकंड क्वेश्चन मैं पहले लेता हूँ। फॉर समवन हु इज बिलो 35 years of age, उसको ना मार्केट लेवल्स देखने ही नहीं चाहिए, उसको अपना इन्वेस्ट करते चले जाना चाहिए। आई टेल यू व्हाई। फॉर समवन हु इज 25, 30, 35, उसकी ना मेजर अर्निंग्स फ्यूचर में आने वाली है। उसको शायद काम करते हुए अभी 5-10 साल हुए हैं, एंड हिज सैलरी, हिज सेविंग्स, हिज अर्निंग्स विल ओनली इंक्रीज। तो उसकी अर्निंग्स फ्यूचर में है, पास्ट में ज़्यादा अर्निंग्स नहीं है। तो उसको ये डरना ही नहीं चाहिए कि मार्केट 1 साल में गिर गया तो 2 साल में गिर गया तो, बिकॉज समवन हु इज 25-30 will always have money to buy more when the market becomes cheaper. So it's important that he continues buying और वो अपनी overall holdings बढ़ाता जाए, because in the long run India will do really well. लेकिन someone who is above 50,
I'm sorry, why is that?
हाँ, इस पे भी आता हूँ मैं, just let me complete। मेरे को पता था आप ये पूछोगे and मैंने इसलिए बोला, ठीक है।
But please do. मैं तभी बोल रहा था, like before I forget, I wanna make sure that you come back to this as well. But yeah, please go on. Sorry.
Someone who's 50, उन्होंने पिछले 25 सालों में कमाया है और आगे शायद वो 5-10 साल में ही कमाएंगे। तो अगर आज वो मास मार्केट में एंटर होना चाहते हैं, इसका मतलब है कि वो अपनी जीवन भर की जो सेविंग्स हैं, उसका एक पोर्शन दे आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन द मार्केट, एंड दे आर नॉट श्योर हाउ मच मोर दे विल बी अर्निंग इन द 5 years, नेक्स्ट ईयर, इन द फ्यूचर। So उनकी अर्निंग्स पास्ट पे हैं, therefore they should be very careful when they invest when the market is expensive, because if the market crashes, they will not have money in the next 5 or 10 years continuously coming in every month to be able to average out their investments. So I think most of my audience, most of your audience should be below 35, below 40, and so for most people, don't really worry about what the levels are. Continue investing in a disciplined way.
How does it actually affect you in a long run, on an actual in an actual world.
So this is the reason I'm enjoying this conversation a lot, and I did not realize it.
Because you're so dumb.
No.
हाँ नहीं मतलब मैं एक बहुत ही एक अलग पर्सपेक्टिव से यहाँ बात करना चाह रहा हूँ. फॉर मी एज ऑफ नाउ आई एम द मोस्ट रिलक्टेंट to invest right now because I don't know what the future is.
I have a great answer to that.
For
I have
example,
a great answer to that.
so for example, why I'm saying that right now I'm living under an anxiety that what if I go through another pay cut?
Sure.
Because I spent all of my savings in managing my last year's pay cut, which were almost for about 10-12 months, and they were massive pay cuts. Now अब I don't know कि अभी जो सिचुएशन चल रही है दोबारा मेरे पे कट्स होने वाले हैं, विल माई जॉब रिमेन देयर और नॉट, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. सो आई वॉन्ट टू मेक श्योर दैट माई इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, माई कैपिटल रिमेन्स इन द सेफेस्ट हैंड्स.
राइट.
सो इफ आई वर टू इन्वेस्ट आई वुड से कि नहीं भाई पता नहीं अभी फिर मेरे पे कट हो गया तो मेरे को पैसा चाहिए होगा फॉरन.
श्योर.
सो लेट मी जस्ट इन्वेस्ट इन आर डी और एन एफ डी जहाँ मेरे को मालूम है कि कम रिटर्न आ रहा है, बट ठीक है पैसा तो मेरा सेफ है. So when you say that right now people of our generation, our age group should not think so much, how does this aspect come into play?
So this is basically borders on the discipline question that he asked. So I'll start on a different note and I'll move to answering that. That's a long answer. But let's talk about the
I'm sorry. This is very interesting. I'm sorry. This is very interesting that सारे कॉमर्स वाले जो भी स्टूडेंट होते हैं ना वो 10 हर क्वेश्चन को 10 नंबर वाले क्वेश्चन की तरह अटेम्प्ट करते हैं. लाइक प्रांजल जस्ट सेड आई स्टार्ट विद इतना लंबा आंसर होगा बट लव इट.
नहीं बट he is a law student.
हाँ. तो ये कहाँ से आया है पता है मेरे को. मतलब हम लॉ स्कूल में एक्चुअली मेरा एवरेज था. जो आंसर बिल्कुल ही नहीं आता ना, मतलब मुझे आज भी वो क्वेश्चन याद है जिसमें मुझे 10 में से 6 नंबर मिले थे. वो ना छत्तीसगढ़ लैंड लॉज का पेपर था. स्टेट के लैंड लॉज अलग होते हैं. तो सवाल था व्हाट इज लाल किताब. नाउ टेल मी विष्णु व्हाट इज लाल किताब.
वो होती है ना कुछ ऐसे उसमें से देखते हैं उसमें उपाय लिखे होते हैं, ऐसा कुछ होता है.
इतना ही मुझे पता था जितना आपको पता है एग्जैक्टली जितना एक आम इंसान को पता होता है. इस पे मैंने 8 पेज का आंसर लिखा था और मुझे 6 नंबर मिले थे.
नहीं that Pranjal I have also done and I mean academically in my graduation I was very good. मतलब I was by university toppers में से एक था मैं. So people would say कि how do you do it because I wasn't, मैं बहुत पढ़ता नहीं था. मैं इनफैक्ट पीछे वाले से सुनता था कि भाई इसका बताइए जवाब और फिर उससे ज़्यादा नंबर लाता. So and I had this theory that if you don't know about the tree, tie a goat around the tree and write about the goat.
Right, absolutely.
तो ये मेरा बेसिक फंडा था. I think which is what you are also talking about.
Absolutely. सारे वो ethical, moral, historical parts पे चले गए and then it's done.
Anyway, yes. So coming back to what I was saying, Pranjal, how do I deal with this anxiety of living under this constant not knowing what is going to happen with my career?
Right. So पता है इसका ना पहले तो एक बिहेवियरल एस्पेक्ट से मैं डील करता हूँ, फिर हम प्रैक्टिकल फाइनेंशियल टिप्स पे जाएंगे. फॉर मी द बिगेस्ट रिस्क इज, एंड आई थिंक दिस रिस्क इज ट्रू फॉर एवरीवन, इज एक्चुअली नॉट इन्वेस्टिंग इनफ इन द स्टॉक मार्केट. it's not ki what if I invest and the stock goes down. That's a lesser risk. The bigger risk is you did not invest enough, and I'll tell you why. What is the stock market? Fundamentally, what is the stock market? We can call it all sorts of things, but for me, it is your chance to be an entrepreneur. If I want to start a competitor of Tesla or a competitor of Swiggy, Zomato, what am I limited by? I'm limited by capital. These businesses need thousands of crores. I don't have experience. I don't have a team. Fundamentally, these 3 things is what I'm limited by. But what is the stock market? Stock market has 4,000 listed companies across business verticals, and you choose that if you had enough money, which business would you like to do on your own? If you had enough money, time, experience, things like that. And similar business is definitely listed in the stock market. And you're not limited by capital. You have 5,000 rupees, you become a part owner in Jio. You have 10,000 rupees, you become a part owner in Tata Motors if you think automobiles will do well. So So to me, and think of it this way, if I started that business on my own, I cannot afford Ratan Tata to work for me. You know, he would just not agree. But when I'm buying shares in Tata Motors, Ratan Tata is working for me free of cost. So stock market.
This sounds so magical, honestly, right now.
Exactly. So stock market.
Like ये आपकी बात सुनकर मैं जाके रिलायंस का स्टॉक खरीदूंगा just for this thrill
Right.
of अंबानी working for me.
Exactly.
अभी नीचे हुआ है, ले लो.
But anyway, sorry to cut you short. I was just mesmerized with this point that you're making.
Because this is a great perspective. Like I never thought
हाँ.
of share market as like starting your own business, and it's a great perspective. It's basically play of words, but it's great perspective to invest
Correct.
with.
Right. Right. So
करेक्ट, मतलब मैं जाके बोल सकता हूँ भाई मैंने अपने 2,500 रुपए दिए हैं मुकेश को लगाने के लिए।
exactly.
मुकेश मांग रहा था, दे दे.
मुकेश को 2,500 रुपए।
Right. And so for me, and this is very closely connected to discipline as well. When I say discipline, it's mostly about, it's not about how much money you should invest, how less you should invest. It's about, I am giving my money to someone. I choose that person very carefully, that whom should I give my money to. When we give our money in our daily lives, even if he or she is our best friend, we are very careful with that. What are you supposed to do? Wapas kab aayega? And things like that. But when it comes to investing in mutual funds or stocks, we just invest on hearsay. Rather than thinking, who can utilize my money in the best way? Is it Mukesh Ambani? Is it Ratan Tata? Is it Adi Godrej? Who is it? And investing is just that, choosing businesses you are passionate about and then giving your money to the best person. And assuming you have a portfolio of stocks that has Godrej Group companies, HDFC Group companies, Bajaj Group companies, Airtel, Reliance, Asian Paints, a basket of such stocks, and still you not earning money, it basically means India is going through an economic disaster. Because in normal circumstances, it's impossible that all of these business houses are in your portfolio and collectively your portfolio is not doing well over a slightly medium to long term period. It's just not possible. It has to do well. Either India is under a war or some extremely, extremely negative consequence. Otherwise, your portfolio is bound to do well. So in the medium to long run,
In a long term.
when
term,
I'm saying medium to long term, it's more than 5 years. So
Okay, got it.
if you can invest some part of your money and forget about it for 5 or more years, I don't think stock market is risky at all. It becomes risky when we know that we don't have money for the next month. It's risky when we know that if I get a pay cut, I'll not be able to pay my EMIs. Then it's risky. The first thing that you buy from your first paycheck is life insurance, and absolutely nothing else. For a couple of simple reasons, life insurance is really cheap. If we don't get sold into bad plans, which we are almost always sold into bad plans. So we always say that in our organization, that if you don't know which insurance to buy or which mutual fund to buy, go ask your mutual fund agent, go ask your banker, and buy anything except what he suggests. That's the best for the bank and the worst for you. So, and this literally works. I mean, if you don't know anything, ask him and buy anything except that, you'll end up with a better product. So life insurance, people our age, I'm 28, I can get a life insurance for 1 crore rupees at 500 rupees a month. So that's 6,000-7,000 rupees an year of premium, and I get 1 crore of life insurance. And why you should get it from your first paycheck? Because in life insurance, your premium is fixed for life. And the sooner you buy, if you buy at a younger age, your premium is calculated according to your young age. And even when you are 55, you are 65, I'll continue to pay 500 rupees a month because I bought when I was young.
ये मेरे को नहीं पता था यार. This is
right.
मतलब this is quite enlightening for me honestly, because I don't have a life insurance yet. And this year was my plan कि नहीं भाई, I have delayed it enough, I have been too casual enough, and particularly with the circumstances going on, कब पता है मैं मर जाऊँ.
Small case is very similar to a mutual fund, but also not so similar to a mutual fund. And I want to ask you what does a small case really mean, because it also basically diversifies your accounts, and there are fund managers who take care of it and वापस ठीक कर देते हैं जब कुछ खराब होता है, समथिंग ऑफ दैट इफेक्ट. सो हाउ डू यू थिंक दैट वर्क्स, एंड लाइक how would you suggest like people actually take up investing in a regular way? Like how do I plan my wealth basically? How do I plan my income? Because a lot of people struggle with kitna invest karo. Like
Right.
how do you plan your personal finances, which comes to the personal finances financing bit of it, because Zain and I were talking like this is something that people really want to know, that how do I manage my finances, because we're never taught that. So just to connect these two questions, yeah.
Sure. So I think, this answer, you don't need to find an answer. This answer comes automatically if the financial if the financial planning pyramid is done right. So if you first step,
How do you do that?
So
How do you do
first
that?
step, you buy life insurance, minimum 1 crore, which takes away 500 rupees a month from whatever your salary is. That's gone. Second step is health insurance. You buy it for your entire family. So which is close to, I think 1,000 rupees per 1 lakh of medical insurance. You need at least 5 lakh rupees of medical insurance. So that's 5,000 rupees yearly. So that's again 500 rupees a month gone for your life insurance. So that's 500, 1,000 rupees gone. Then whatever you are earning, you keep 8 to 10 months of your money worth 8 to 10 months of your expenses. So if you think your monthly expenses are 25,000 rupees, then at least 2 lakh rupees you keep in a very safe instrument. It could be savings account, it could be fixed deposits there. So that money is again gone. Now, once all of that is done, is when you think, okay, now my salary is 40,000 rupees a month, and I think 10,000 rupees is surplus. 20,000 are my expenses, 10,000 I want to give some of it to my parents, some of it on certain lifestyle expenses and things like that. 10,000 rupees is what remains. All of that 10,000 rupees should go towards investing. Anything surplus, anything on which if you lose your job, your survival for next 10 months is not dependent. If something happens to you, your insurance needs are settled, so your family will not be in an immediate problem. Anything above that, that goes into investing.
Now you talked about जैसे वो 10,000 जो रुपए बचे हैं उनको इन्वेस्ट करो. I wanna really get into like if I wanna invest like stocks, I don't want to talk about stocks apart from stocks, because stocks is a very like you need an understanding. No one can just tell you to invest in that. You need an understanding, day-to-day understanding of working of stock market, demands, like all those things. You have to be updated with the news of that company and all those things as well.
Which is not true actually, which is not true. This is not true actually.
Please tell more.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. But before that, I missed an important point. In financial planning is about being smart. And I'll tell you another example how you can really impress your family. All Indian families are crazy about gold. And we buy gold at the market price. So if it's 50,000, we buy gold at 52,000 because there are making charges. Even if you buy a gold coin, there are making charges, and then there's GST on it. So 50,000 ka gold you basically buy at 52,000. What if I tell you, you can buy 50,000 ka gold at 47,000? 100% pure, 100% safe, no taxes involved. How many of us know about this?
Digital gold.
No, it's not digital gold. So digital gold is actually expensive.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. So one shouldn't be buying digital gold actually.
Oh.
Right. And digital gold you can buy at the market price and a certain markup, say 0.1% markup. You will never get it at below market price. So if it's gold at 50, you will not buy it at 46,000. So this is sovereign gold bond. You can buy sovereign gold bond from the stock market, and if currently the gold prices are at 50,000, if you are lucky, you can get it at 46, 47,000. Otherwise, 5% discount to mili jayega. So you are getting gold at 5% cheaper. Now here's the icing on the cake. The amount of gold that you have, say you have gold worth 1 lakh rupees, you will also get annual interest of 2.5% on the value of the gold. So here's gold that gives you returns equivalent to savings account. You are not charged anything, and it gives you capital appreciation same as actual gold. And again, you are not giving any making charges and anything. How great. Every common family, if we collect all our jewelries, things like that, every family, middle class family has gold worth 10-15 lakh rupees. passed on from generations to generations. You know, each one of us, if not 50 lakhs, 10-15 lakhs का gold सबके पास होता है. What if that was in sovereign gold bond form? अगर उस 20 लाख के गोल्ड पे 2.5% इंटरेस्ट मिलने लगे, your assets are still the same, आपने अपनी मंथली इनकम बढ़ा ली, and we don't know about this.
And
So, you know,
tell me more about this bond. Like, where do people get it from? How do you go about it and stuff like that?
Right. So just the way you buy stocks, you can just type on your Zerodha Upstocks Grow app that sovereign gold bond SGB, and you find it. And what's even better about this, Vishnu, you got suddenly instantly interested in this, right?
I want to like make sure that I can ask you more questions about this
Right. Okay.
sovereign gold bond. Okay.
Right. And you know, so whatever the gold price, so there are certain aspects to it, and I'll tell you why this is cheaper. So ये जो sovereign gold bond होता है, government issues it every 2 months, and government issues it at market price. So if the gold price is 50,000 for 10 grams, every 2 months government will come up with a new issue of sovereign gold bond, which will be priced at 50,000 rupees for 10 grams. Now this sovereign gold bond has a lock-in of 8 years. So ideally this is a bond. So this is after 8 years, this is taken back by the government, और 8 साल बाद जो गोल्ड का प्राइस है वो आपको मिल जाएगा. This is how it's done. और 8 साल तक हर साल आपको 2.5% इंटरेस्ट मिलता रहेगा. Is this clear? Now, why do you get cheaper at the stock market? Because ये जो लॉक इन है ना 8 साल का, ये इस चीज पे नहीं है कि 8 साल तक आप बेच ही नहीं सकते. 8 साल का लॉक इन इज कि 8 साल तक गवर्नमेंट आपसे ये बॉन्ड वापस नहीं लेगी. बट you can sell it the next day in the stock market.
Oh.
So people who are selling before the lock-in period ends are basically distressed sellers. उनको पैसों की ज़रूरत है, so they are selling it on the stock exchange, and thereby it's available at a cheaper price because it's available. If it's available at the same price 50,000, what would you as a buyer say? मैं गवर्नमेंट से सीधा नहीं ले लूँगा, मुझे इससे सस्ता दो तो मैं लूँगा. बट आपको तो गोल्ड ही मिल रहा है ना. यू एज अ बायर इज गेटिंग 100% प्योर गोल्ड एट अ चीपर प्राइस. व्हाई वुडंट यू बाय इट?
But that negates one reason which I'm assuming that a lot of younger people are also looking at is again what I said in the beginning, making quick money.
So right. So you know, I mean, if you know making quick money was consistently possible in the stock market, then think of it this way. You know, a lot of people have made money in the last 1 year in the stock market, quick money, 5% a month, 10% a month, things like that. But if it was consistently possible, 2 things would happen. We know that a business cannot grow 10% every month, right? Consistently. No business can grow. Businesses, if the economy in general, India's economy is growing by 7%, 6%, businesses, because they are organized player, more efficient players, in general can grow by 15%, probably double the growth of your GDP. That's the global number. So if India's best businesses in general will grow at 15% per year, we know that share prices also will in general grow by 15% per year, and thereby last 40 years Sensex in the last 40 years has given a 14% CAGR. 14% per year on an average Sensex has increased because businesses have increased by 14%. If share prices start giving you 2% per year, 2% per month, 5% per month, that means stock prices are growing by 25-30% per year. Double the speed at which businesses are growing. Which means in a few years, a business that's worth 100 crores is actually worth 1,000 crores, which means this is a bubble. This is an onion that's selling at 80 rupees a kg, which is not sustainable.
Correct.
So, you know, logically, share prices can only grow as fast as these businesses grow. Of course, here you can select certain businesses that you think can grow by 25%, 20%, and thereby your portfolio can grow at 20-25%, more than the 15% aggregate. That depends on your investing skills. But 30%, 40%, 50%, just not sustainable. Also, think of it this way. These are businessmen. Mukesh Ambani, it's not that it was his childhood dream to become a telecom entrepreneur. It was not. Right? These businessmen are what? These businessmen are capital allocators. they have huge money and they decide where to put this money so that their money can give them maximum return, so that their money can compound at the fastest rate. Now for Jio, Mukesh Ambani had to invest close to 1 lakh crore rupees, more than 1 lakh crore rupees. And he thought for that money, telecom is the best use of that money. If earning money in a monthly way or earning quick money from the stock market was possible, do you think Mukesh Ambani would hire thousands of people, lay fiber optics across nation, create telecom towers, hire thousands of people in customer support to offer you Jio at 200 rupees a month? He could hire the best investment advisors, best portfolio managers, could hire the best charting software, and could have made more money than we could. The fact that Ratan Tata is still doing Tata Steel, Mukesh Ambani is doing Jio, it means that they think the best use of their money is their own business and not the stock market. And these are the brightest minds. They know how to extract maximum returns from their money, and they don't do that. So how can you do that? Everyone likes easy money. If there was
Correct.
easy money, they would have taken it.
For example, I know I want to invest in the tech world.
Right.
Because I know tech is something that has a lot of potential in India going forward with AI, with the VR, AR, all these things. Tech is going to be big in the coming future. Like, how do I figure out in the tech world which is the best company for me to invest in?
Right. So, I think again, you don't start like that. You start with what are you passionate about, not with what's going to get really big, because it might not get really big. For example, I'll give you 2 examples. When this GST thing came in and there was this boom in online parcel deliveries and things like that, a lot of people were actually betting on these courier companies, Blue Dart and Gati and companies like these, saying online delivery is going big. Now with GST, there is a uniform tax across the country. So earlier what used to happen is that company used to have warehouses in each state, because then they could save on VAT by storing their goods there, manufacturing and storing their goods there. So there's no interstate movement of goods, so you save on VAT. Now with GST, there's no tax on interstate movement. So companies will have centralized manufacturing and distribution facilities, which means courier companies will come into play because they will be used to transport goods. So courier companies will do really well. What happened instead is, yes, number of parcels went up drastically, but why would, if couriers, if delivering parcels is such a big business, why would Flipkart and Amazon still continue to depend on Blue Dart and Gati? What did they do? They started their own in-house courier companies. And thereby, the industry grew, no one made money. Similarly, there's this lot of, hue and cry around the upcoming EV boom, electric vehicles. And what is the biggest component in an electric vehicle? Battery. Almost 40% of a vehicle's cost is battery. And thereby, there's this huge hype around Exide and Amara Raja batteries, Amaron, that they will do really well.
Yep.
My question is, if battery is 40% of the cost of a vehicle, why wouldn't Maruti and
car
Tata do it
manufacturer
on
will
their
do it.
own? Exactly.
Yep.
And then again, no one makes money. जो इंडस्ट्री में चेंज सोचा था वो हो गया, but पैसा कोई नहीं बना पाया. So
Correct.
when you are counting on this, see, we all know that blockchain is going to be the mainstream mode for a lot of things. But how do you play that theme? Sometimes the themes play out, but there's no way to make money on it. So you don't start through that. You start by what are you passionate about? How do you make investing simple? The whole point of investing in stocks is to do it in a most simple way. So I don't start investing saying, अगला बड़ा change कौन सा आने वाला है? That's hard to predict. It's harder to predict who the winner will be. EV में भी अब कौन winner होगा we don't know. It's harder to predict. Why not flip the question? Why not say अगले 10 साल में भी क्या change नहीं होने वाला है? Right? Let me bet on that. At least मेरे को ये पता है कि मेरे को विनर डिसाइड करने में आसानी होगी. मुझे ये पता है कि 10 साल बाद भी अगर कोलगेट इतने सालों से ओरल केयर में विनर है, 10 years down the line क्या इंडिया में भी वो नंबर 1 रहने वाला है? Probably I can bet on it much more safely rather than saying 10 साल बाद इंडिया में नंबर 1 EV मैन्युफैक्चरर कौन होगा, नंबर 1 AI कंपनी कौन सी होगी. Even for people who are in that industry, it's very, very hard to predict because the rate of change is very quick. So you don't bet on change, you bet on what's constant, and that makes it so much more simpler.
Correct. I mean, I absolutely agree
Great
with you,
perspective.
Pranjal, and I like the perspective that we have on offer here. Like you said, matlab, I've been in the media and the production industry for not very long, for maybe about just 7-10 years. और मैंने ही इतना major paradigm shift देखा है that like you said that it's very hard to now for me to judge कि 10 साल बाद क्या होगा. Like 10 years ago I could not even imagine कि लोग vertically videos shoot करके पैसा कमा रहे होंगे.
Right.
Whereas I would have known कि हाँ sports में 10 साल बाद भी लोग पैसा कमाएंगे. Like for me 10 years before when I was starting out, had somebody told me अच्छा maybe Instagram में एक reels जैसा format आएगा कि लोग 15 सेकंड में videos consume करेंगे. I couldn't have predicted that, but I can still 10 years ago I could have predicted कि हाँ cricket तो लोग देखेंगे.
Right.
And I can still say that if I have to buy a stock for an entertainment purpose, I might not buy TikTok or I might not buy Instagram. I would buy Star. I would buy because I know कि cricket तो लोग देखेंगे ही देखेंगे.
Right.
And I think Vishnu, that's the perspective that Pranjal, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the perspective I have taken away from what you just said.
So the most simple example you're absolutely right, and the most simple example is, a lot of youngsters, a lot of people who watch your videos, I think, are passionate about bikes, for an example, and yet, how many of us think about buying Bajaj Auto as a stock? It's never in our radar, right? We don't think about it. Everyone knows how strong a brand Pulsar is, but no one thinks, okay, so if Pulsar is that strong a brand and it hits to their target audience, Bajaj stock is bound to do well, and it has done really well over the past 20 years since Pulsar launched. And it's in front of our eyes. You don't need to be an analyst to actually do that.
Yeah,
But,
correct. I mean, it's very simple to right now assume that all of these pharmaceutical brands would do very well.
Sure. Right.
Yeah, like if say 2020 or in the beginning of 2018, 2019, somebody would have invested in say a Ranbaxy or GSK, they would have been making and they would be making fortunes in the next 10-15 years.
So, I partially agree to that. One problem with this is that, if we compare sanitizer consumption in January 2020, when it was virtually nothing, to now, sanitizer consumption in percentage terms or, time terms would have gone up 10,000 times, 1,000 times, I don't know, sanitizer consumption. There's no single company whose sales went up that much times and even if there were primary manufacturers of sanitizers, because hand sanitizers till 18 months ago, I had already seen of Dettol and Lifebuoy.
Dettol, Lifebuoy.
Two hand sanitizers. Now there are 10,000 hand sanitizer manufacturers. So again,
Randos.
Right. So again, this is similar to what EV and GST example, that something changed, consumption changed, but no one benefited from it virtually. No one benefited. Suppliers came up because it's a very commodity thing, very easy to manufacture, and all FMCG, all pharma, any company who had distribution to a kirana store, who had their distribution, they were making atta, biscuit, namak, doesn't matter. They had reached to shops, they started manufacturing hand sanitizer because the cost of them making their product reach the shelf was nothing. And they thought, why not?
Nothing, yep.
So no one.
And anyway, it was a very small product to make. I mean,
Right.
I think all MSMEs also, medium small companies also who were, like I know people who are making juton ka dibba and they started making sanitizers.
Right. So if it's something, if the product category is something wherein you don't have a product differentiation, then no one makes money. The advantage that Bajaj or probably Bullet has is that there are various other cruiser bikes as well. But the brand, the aura around Bullet, you can't match that. Technology wise, probably that bike is 40 years old. There's no cutting edge feature, it does not give you more mileage, it's not smoother, nothing like that. It's the
But
aura.
Pranjal, do we think about the future from here? Because say like you say कि Bullet has an aura around it, absolutely agree. But अगले 5-7 साल में trends might change. People,
Right.
dirt mics might become a thing.
So, this simple question that you asked tells me that you track the biking sector. You are passionate about bikes, is that true? And thereby,
Yeah, partially.
right, and thereby, you have the answer in your mind that this is not safe, right?
correct.
There are risks to it, and that is what I am
Correct.
telling you. If you stick to your passions while investing in the stock market, intuitively you also know of the risks and you know when to invest, when not to invest.
And then you make better decisions, perhaps.
Right. So I am not at all passionate about bikes. I don't know how to ride a bike actually, and thereby I did not know this. You know this, and thereby I will never invest in two-wheelers, and you should. I mean, that's the thing.
Right. I think this was quite a
This was the this was the first episode that did not end in an existential crisis.
yeah. No. See, for me, I am taking back two things. That I am taking back this perspective that you think as an entrepreneur, not as an investor.
Right.
That is the perspective I am taking back with myself. कि मैं इन्वेस्टमेंट ये करने के लिए नहीं सोचूं अच्छा मुझे अपनी वेल्थ कहीं पार्क करनी है या मुझे ये करना है आई थिंक एंड प्रांजल दैट इज व्हाट आई एम टेकिंग पर्सनली फ्रॉम व्हाट यू सेड आई विल थिंक ऑफ इट नाउ एज एन इन्वेस्टर कि मैं किस पे भले ही मेरे पास 10,000 रुपए हैं
Sure.
मैं आई एम एन ओनर ऑफ दैट बिजनेस नाउ एंड आई नीड टू मेक श्योर दैट आई पुट माई गिव माई 10,000 rupees to somebody who can make it 20,000 25,000 whatever in the next year.
Right.
In the next, I mean, whatever token, whatever unit of time we look at.
Right. Right.
That is one thing that I am personally taking out from here. And of course, this idea of investing in places that you know, that you're passionate about. Like I am passionate about, like I said, I am passionate about communication. So I know कि अच्छा, this short form trend is still a trend.
Right.
20 years, 5 years down the line, 15-second videos might still be outdated. So I would again, like I said, I would invest in sports coverage, etc., etc.
Right. Right.
So yeah, for me, that is what I'm taking away from here, and I'm going back enlightened for the first time out of this podcast.
Honored to know. Honored to know.
No, definitely, Pranjal. Even for me, like this has been literally a jump for me because I've been trying to understand how things work and all these things. But like just the idea that you can like for example the gold example, that was something that is a pretty basic thing. Like that's having money in one and placing it at another position in the world and just making an income out of it, right? That auto sweep thing, that's such just this thing. Like I'm gonna Google it and read more about it. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing all this valuable information. I hope you can come back again, and I hope you like the conversation. And next time we'll talk about crypto and other things that we couldn't talk about this time. Crypto, investing in American market, and all these things, which I thought like I'd talk to you today, but I think due to the lack of time, we'll have to cut it here. But next time for sure. And thank you so much. It was an honor to have you.
Pleasure. It was a great
Thank you so much for
conversation.
reading so much about this so that we didn't have to.
I did not
ये
realize when
पढ़ने
the
में
time
साल
passed. So I had a great time. Did
हाँ.
not take notice of the time at all. Really enjoyed it.
But thank you so much, Pranjal. Again, I mean, just extending what Vishnu said. This was really enlightening, and we would love if you could come back again and talk about the rest of the things that we could not talk about here today.
Pleasure. Anytime.